In the highlands of Anatolia, where mountains cut the sky and storms roll across the plains, a god's voice was said to echo in the thunder. His name was Tarhunt, the storm god of the Hittites. Bringer of rain, wielder of the thunderbolt, guardian of kings, and warrior against the chaos of serpents. He was not just a god of the skies, he was the very heart of the Hittite world, the pulse of their religion, and the eternal reminder that order must forever struggle against chaos. To the Hittites, Tarhunt, also known as Tarhuna or Teshub in Hurrian tradition, was the supreme storm god. His domain stretched across the sky, bringing the life-giving rains that nourished the crops, and hurling devastating storms that could destroy armies. The Hittites called him Tarhunt of the heavens, the one who defeated the monsters of old and upheld cosmic balance. He was the Hittite reflection of an ancient archetype, the storm bringer, the thunder wielder, echoing through other cultures as Zeus in Greece, Indra in India, or Thor in the icy north. But in Anatolia, he had his own unique voice, shaped by the land and the struggles of his people. One of Tarhunt's greatest tales is the Illuyanka myth, a story of defeat, humiliation, and eventual triumph. At the dawn of time, chaos rose in the form of a colossal serpent named Illuyanka. Its coils stretched across the earth, suffocating order, challenging the rule of the storm god himself. In their first battle, Tarhunt fought valiantly, but Illuyanka's strength was overwhelming. The storm god was defeated, his heart and eyes stolen by the serpent. For a time, chaos reigned. But Tarhunt was not broken. With cunning and sacrifice, he devised a way to reclaim his stolen essence. Through marriage and trickery, he lured Illuyanka to a great feast. When the serpent was bound, Tarhunt unleashed his fury, striking Illuyanka down with lightning, restoring balance to the cosmos. This myth was more than a tale. To the Hittites, it was the eternal truth that even gods could falter, but chaos must always, eventually, be conquered. Tarhunt was not only a warrior against chaos, he was the protector of kings. The Hittite monarchs called themselves the beloved of Tarhunt. His authority was theirs, his storms their validation. When kings swore oaths, they did so under Tarhunt's sky. When enemies were crushed, it was said that Tarhunt's thunderbolt struck alongside the Hittite chariots. But this bond was not without fear. If the king failed in his duties, if he angered the gods, Tarhunt's storms could withhold rain. Famine could follow. Drought could break the people's faith. Tarhunt was both patron and punisher, his favor essential, his wrath devastating. Across Anatolia, Tarhunt's image was etched in stone and carved into rock. In the great sanctuary of Yazkaya, his likeness stands among the gods in a procession of divine figures. He is often shown riding upon a bull, symbol of raw power, fertility, and storming force. In his hands, he wields the thunderbolt and axe, weapons of divine judgment. To see his image was to feel his presence. Even today, the ruins of Hittite temples whisper his name through the winds. His symbols were everywhere: storm, bull, lion, lightning, the reminders of the god who ruled the skies. When the Hittite Empire fell, Tarhunt's name faded from the records. But the echoes of his storm did not vanish. His image and myths influenced neighboring cultures. The Hurrians called him Teshub. Later, the Phrygians, Luwians, and others carried his essence forward. Even as centuries passed, his archetype lived on in the thunder gods of myth and legend. Every bolt of lightning, every storm that shook the earth, reminded humanity of that ancient truth: the storm god still rides the clouds. Tarhunt may have been forgotten by name, but his thunder still rolls across the world. In the heart of Anatolia, the Hittites once looked to the storm and heard their god's voice. Tarhunt, the thunder god, was the strength of their kings, the terror of their enemies, and the eternal warrior against chaos. Though the empire has long since fallen into dust, Tarhunt's tale endures. He reminds us of the eternal cycle: order versus chaos, storm versus serpent, and the truth that even gods may falter, but they rise again. For as long as thunder shakes the heavens, Tarhunt lives.